Hey guys, Kino DVT here, bringing you a game between Imaga and TheLittleOne. Let's get this stuff rolling. This game was, I believe, part of a best of 3 series, but I can't be sure. Now this map is Scrap Station, which has a few interesting things about it, all of which I think benefit the Terran. One is you've got a nice wide choke, which means the Terran can ball up around that and the Zerg can't get through when you're dealing with 80 plus pop armies. Two, you've got one expansion here and another expansion here, which the Terran can very easily access by lifting off and landing, but the Zerg can't. The Zerg has to either Nidus or drop with Overlords or destroy rocks. However, there are advantages of the Zerg as well, because the Zerg have nice little spec expansions which are nice and open, which allow them to maneuver around them. These rocks will be quite interesting, but we'll see who goes for them first. The little one going for a 11 refinery and 10 supply depot, which means he isn't going for any marine early pressure, because before patch, when you didn't have to build a supply depot, all early marine pressure was built on a 9 barracks. Now, that's not a certainty, but I almost guarantee it. Throwing down a barracks now, which means it's going to be a minute or two before Imaga's Overlord is taken care of or has to retreat. Now, Imaga, I believe, is going for a 15 hatch, 16 pull probably. We'll see when the pull goes down, but that's a 16 hatch, so the pull should follow shortly. There it goes. So neither player going for a rush, more macro heavy on both sides. However, if this expansion does go down and the little one or TLO does not pressure it, he could be in big trouble later game. Now, this spawning pool is going to be built in about 40 seconds, and the little one did just scout that expansion. Now that spawning pool, given that he's not saving any lava, will not forward any early pressure, but we shall have to deal with that. Sorry, right. Now, the little one is going for Destiny Cloud Fist or just plain old 1-on-1, I believe. Maybe he could just stay Barracks Factory, but I think he will end up going Stargate. We'll have to wait and see. The factory will be done in about 10 seconds, so we'll be able to find out then. The Imaga's base is just now going down. Hatchery is just now going down, and a few workers getting Maynard across, I believe. The little one going for an early Hellion. This could be quite dangerous, given that he doesn't even have a queen up. Well, he's getting 2 queens up now, and he's not actually building any Zerglings or anything. So, well microed around a queen, this Hellion could be quite effective. The little one putting down a response command center to respond to the hatchery, which has been built. Imaga now having 2 lings and a queen. The queen and 2 lings should be able to lock down that Hellion fairly effectively. Or let's see what happens. A queen off creep is very easy to take out with a Hellion, but it's going to take him a while. So he's going to go up here, he's going to see that queen, he clears out. Now he does try and go past, however 2 queens and 4 well micro Zerglings means that this Hellion is just bye-bye. Over 2 Hellions now on the field, this means they will be able to deal with these Zerglings very efficiently, and workers will come very shortly afterwards. There we go, 2 hits on, 3 hits on. So these 2 Hellions more than paying themselves, both of them having multiple kills. They are able to roast a few more workers, however this 3rd Hellion is not going to get anywhere, and this amount of lings is just going to send a good bugger off message. However, both players now have expansion up, and here comes a Stargate. That means, yep, 2 starports, I should say. However, Imaga does have quite a large amount of lings. The little one now trying to wall off this area, which does have a weak point given that these rocks are here, which will allow Imaga to go up and around. This area also very good for a Nidus one because he'll have to move his army all the way around and up to stop it. Imaga watching this expansion always a good idea when versing Terran, because otherwise they're going to expand up there. Well, they might not always, but it's a safe assumption that they might. Now, the little one, being very intelligent with his building placement, has created a mini choke here which he can hold with these two Hellions, given that most what his opponents have is speedlings, which I don't actually know how many shots it takes to kill them. 14, so 3, but with the supply depot he's going to have a very good choke. And another Hellion being created now, as well as 2 Banshees. These 2 Banshees could be quite effective if well microed. No detection coming up for Imaga, but wow, that's a lot of queens. That's almost mass queening. Mass queens is not a bad thing. I mean, you get good anti-air, you get heals, you get larvae, and you get creep threat. And having 5 or 6 queens is never really a bad idea, to be honest. But it's interesting. It's not often done. Now we do see 2 Banshees heading across the field, and this could be quite interesting, given that there's only 1 queen up here and all the other queens are downhill. However, 1 queen will be able to sort these out fairly well, and these queens are coming up. So 4 queens are pretty much going to be able to one-shot these. However, they are going to get a few nice worker kills in, and then a cloak, a very nice cloak. He cannot do anything. He will constantly heal that, and we do see the Overseer coming now. Those Banshees have to get the hell out of there. 1 Viking coming in now. This Viking will be able to snipe that Overseer eventually. I think that Viking will also go Overlord hunting. No? Okay. Getting rid of some creep. Always a good idea. 2 creep tumors down. 3 creep tumors down. That'll severely diminish the amount of creeps more creep going down, however, and army-wise, nothing particularly special is being produced. We do see some more Vikings, another Overseer, which is always good, a Spider, which is good. However, I think Imaga is going to have some trouble taking a 3rd, which is what Zerg really needs, because this is a very open 3rd, which is not great for him, because, well, technically an open base is good, an open space is better for a Zerg army than a Terran army, but given that it's so far away from everything and it can be attacked from everywhere, it's actually going to be very hard to defend, which is not the best thing for a Zerg 3rd. However, if he was to take a Secret Expo over here, that would be very defendable. However, the little one just searching around the map, trying to figure out what's going on. Is he going up 10 bases? Do I need to react? Now we do see 6 mutas on the production line, and given that there's some Marines, but no, these 6 Vikings will tear 6 mutas to pieces, and then now 7 of them, if only because of their epic range. We do see some Speedlings and mutas heading out across the map. Mutaling, always a good combo. Use it myself quite a lot. It deals with a lot of stuff. Imaga now laying down his 3rd expansion. He has also spread creep all the way to the enemy base through this choke. This has 2 reasons. 1, he can now see it, and 2, he can create a highway if he ever needs to get somewhere really fast. Now, he has also laid down a 4th at the gold. This is really cheeky. However, I do not believe the little one has ever actually scouted that area, so that could get quite interesting. We do now see these 6 mutas heading out across the map, and they may be able to get some effective kills over here. However, no, that's 1 SCV down. They may be able to get some effective SCV kills here. They are quite tightly packed. However, that is a big cloud of Vikings, and those mutas are just done for. That is almost an excessive cloud of Vikings, one could say. However, Viking Landed are still good units. Creep spread. Yeah, you're not taking the base there. That is a massive number of Vikings. I think they're just going to land. Well, that and Overlord hunting. Those blings being absolutely useless, and those mutas, overlords, any air unit is just getting picked off. However, is he gonna, yep, here they are landing, and with the high ground they should be able to hold these queens off. However, there are quite a few of them. With these speedlings though, they're gonna have to land, take off, and get the hell out of there. 2 more mutas to go, and maybe an overlord or 2. So he did lose quite a lot of units there, but he killed a lot of mutas and beat a lot of overlords. And if we look at units lost, we can see that, oh wow, Imaga is about 1,500 in front, which is a massive difference. We do now see this cloud of Hellions coming over. These Hellions are going to be able to rip these wings to shreds, especially with the backup of the landed Viking. They are now harassing the space, and we do see a few queens coming over, but they're not going to be able to do very much. These Hellions are going to take a very long time to rope this space up, but it will eventually happen. One Banshee coming across, seeing what he can do, but not much given there's an overseer. However, these Vikings will be able to take on these 3 queens. 1 queen down, 2 queen down, and the final queen down. These Hellions have now brought the space down to half HP, and these Vikings and Banshees will be able to take it out completely. Those workers now, they're sitting ducks, those broodlings, and zerglings are dying. He does now have a scan, the other expansion, and if the little one does what I suspect he's going to do, his whole army after this confrontation is just going to come down here and see what. The reason he scanned down there was he actually saw these workers heading on this way. So you could say poor micro by Imaga, or you could just say he got unlucky. We do see a mass load of SCVs coming in, repairing these Vikings, keeping them alive, and harassing the queens. We do see the resources had slipped from 8,000 to 5,000, so 3,000 difference there. So the little one is now clearly in the lead and feeling safe enough to take his command center. However, a command center morphed into a planetary fortress is always easy to hold. We do now see level 2 ground armor coming up for Imaga, and level 2 ship weapons for the little one. And basically his entire army at this point in time converging on this expansion, being harassed by some lanes, but they're not going to do much. Some more Vikings coming down. This expansion is basically gone with all the workers. However, Imaga is not going to be able to push this off. I'll be interested to see what he does to stop it, because obviously I know that the game isn't over yet. Now, these 3 little changelings holding their own quite effectively. Now, this force will be able to deal with it, but it'll be close. However, these, wow, he is pumping out queens fast. I guess having 3 hatcheries never stopping building queens will do that. We do see a baneling